Blog Talk Radio.
CLNSradio.com, the home of Internet Sports Talk Radio.
Welcome back to CLNS Radio. I'm B. Paul. Alongside me today is Mike Munger, co-host of Technically Speaking with Tim Donaghy. Today we are lucky enough to be joined by one of the most exciting Boston Celtics from the past few years and current Maine Red Claws guard, Ricky Davis. Ricky, thanks for taking that time out of your schedule to talk with us today.
Hey, how you doing, Brandon? How you doing?
We're doing good, Ricky. Obviously a busy schedule. You're a guy, you're looking to get back into the NBA, working hard, going through the D-League. So I have to ask you, how does your current routine differ from the routine you did have when you were in the league playing with the 6 teams you played with over the course of your career?
It's been a real big different routine. Just me started, me going overseas in China and me in France. You got to kind of do your own thing to, stay in the tip-top shape you want to stay in. So, just being acquired here to the Red Claws, been on the fly, had 3 games in the last, 5 days, but, we're getting in the swing of things.
Ricky, this is Mike. You go from playing in, I guess what you would call packed stadiums of 17,000, 18,000, somewhere, or sometimes 20,000, the Red Claws game in the D-League, that number is exponentially lower. I mean, when you look at the crowd differential, a player like yourself who feeds off a lot of energy from the fans, I mean, is it a lot harder to get up for these games, or is it actually easier because the crowd is right on top of you, and I guess it's more of it's a lot closer to you than what you're used to?
Well, Mike, I think it's just more for me. It's the lesser people in there. It's just more motivation for me to get back to that big picture thing. I know it's a big picture, and I use that to thrive, to try to build my energy. It does get kind of tough sometimes in the smaller arenas, but just going out and not seeing those many people kind of motivates me more to try to keep it going.
Well, what have you thought so far? I mean, the Maine Red Claws, they are known as arguably the best crowd in the D-League. I mean, if you look at some of the gyms compared to what you have at the Portland Expo, it's even exponentially less people in those crowds than what you see in Portland. What are your thoughts on the organization and the crowd in Maine so far, Ricky?
Well, they got a real good organization, real good crowd. They got it together. They got the games at half times and the games at timeouts. And, the fans are real loyal here, just like the Boston fans. I think it kind of trickles down. So it's been a great, homestand here for me. We lost a few games here at home, but, the fans were right on it.
When you left to play overseas, you went to China, Turkey, I believe, as well. Did you ever think with your knee injury that you were dealing with that you would ever have a chance to do this and work your way back into the league again?
No, I didn't. Actually, me coming back from Turkey, I was kind of ready to retire. It was hurting so bad, and then I finally asked my agent and found me a specialist, and went and had the surgery, and it went great. So this is just a great opportunity to be out there, back where I thought I could be, and injury free, and it's been great for me.
Ricky, what exactly was it that was wrong with your knee? Because when you have a player with your athleticism and explosiveness, one knee injury could take away a huge chunk of your game. And from all accounts that we've heard, your athleticism and explosiveness is back. I mean, what exactly was it that was wrong with your knee?
Actually, they kept telling me it was tendonitis, the jumper's knee thing, and I just thought it was about time. I thought it was 12 years, and I was only 32, 31 years old, but I went to that specialist, and he found out right away, looking at my MRIs, found out it was a patella tear. So, I've been playing with a patella tear for 2 years, and wondering why I can't explode like I wanted to, and it really just humbled me as an individual, and made me a all-around player. It's not about the team thing, so I'm just fortunate to be able to have that great surgery and be back out there injury-free.
Well, Ricky, again, with a player with the history of your explosiveness and athleticism, you've been playing basketball professionally for, about 14, 15 years now. Do you still feel like you are as athletic and explosive as you have been? I mean, have you lost anything? Is it all still there? Can you pick it up, throw it down?
I think I lost about 2 inches, maybe, on my vert. No, but it's I lost maybe, a few inches on my vertical, but everything's there, still fast, still quick, and, now, I got my balance and I'm even, so my shots going in better, and, And now I'm just working back to get to that 100% now, and I'm ready.
Well, Ricky, we all know you don't have any problem scoring the basketball. You're playing with a coach, Dave Leto, who really stresses the defensive side of things. What are you taking in from him, and do you feel like the defensive aspect and the other things like that Leto really focuses on are going to be things that are going to help you make it back into the league?
Well, actually, me playing with the coach with his philosophies with defense is great, because me coming with a guy that played with Pat Riley, twice in my career stance, I just about know every defensive rotation there is. So it's great for me being here. I know all the rotations and everything, and it's definitely something that stepped up the last few years of my game. It's the assist and the defensive things. So I'm in them passing lanes, and I'm ready to go.
You've played with 6 different NBA teams, I believe it is. You're now in Maine. How are you adjusting to life in a small state like Maine? I mean, I'm originally from Maine as well, so I mean, I know it's not a big city like you're used to in Boston, Miami, LA, all those cities you've been in. How are you adjusting to that?
Well, I'm adjusting well, actually. Like I say, I use it for motivation. It's not a lot of stuff to do here, so it gives me a chance to go back to the gym later at night. Just focus on where I need to go, and stay in that good shape, game shape, and ready to go.
Ricky, you look at one of the affiliates for the Red Claws being the Boston Celtics, and you look at the team. I don't know how much you follow them right now, if you do follow them at all, but you look at the makeup of that team, and if you could bring anything to that team right now, if you could find a role with that team right now, what would be your role with this current Boston Celtics team as constituted?
Well, I think it would be the same role Doc Rivers had me in several years ago, coming in and trying to compete for that sixth man. I see they're missing that sixth piece, and I think, me coming in with that energy and ready to get it up and change the tempo of the game, that's it.
Yeah, I mean, how would you feel if you got that call from Danny Ainge telling you he wanted you back with the Celtics? Did you enjoy your time there? Do you like the city, the fans?
I love the city. I actually bought a house there in Wayland for a while. So I love the city. I love the fans, and I got my bucket brigade guys that I know that, I pay for these guys to come out for the whole season to watch and, just get a different aspect of the game. So I would be loved. It would be blessed. It would be a blessed thing for me.
Ricky, speaking of the fans, because you've had the chance to play a lot of different cities, and I want you to be honest with us here, man. You look at all the fans that you've played for, all the fans that you've seen in every city you've been around. Who really are the best fans, the craziest fans, the most knowledgeable fans? I mean, because fans in different cities will find stuff about your personal life and try and use that as I guess you say motivation to yell at you when you're trying to shoot free throws and stuff. I mean, out of all the places you've been, just talk a little bit about some of the fan experiences that you've come across in all the different cities and which ones you like the best and probably dislike the most.
Well, yeah, that's a good question, Mike. It's got a lot of different fans, different atmosphere, and the best place that I played at with the fans was Boston. They're very electrifying, and they're not looking in your personal life. They're just looking at what you bring to the table, what you're doing. So, and then you got those dirty Detroit fans down there that just so rowdy, and just try to use anything they can against you. It's a lot of experience with a lot of different chords, and playing out there in LA with the Hollywood feeling, it's just unforgettable.
Well, that's good to hear, Ricky, because we're based out of Boston, so our listeners will like to hear that comment from you. Last question here before you let you go and get back onto your busy schedule and your attempt to make it back to the NBA has to do with Kevin Garnett. You've played both against and with him as a member of the Minnesota Timberwolves. What can you say about playing against this guy and also having him on your side as a teammate?
Well, I could just say that's the class act of the NBA. I think that guy there is, it's deep. He showed me what it takes to never give up, and anything's possible, like he says. And he's just a great guy to be around, family-wise, on and off the court. And, I got a good love for him and Paul Pierce, actually. So,
do you think the reputation he gets from some of the other players, I mean, he's obviously very vocal out there on the court. He's had some confrontations with different players. over the years, like Charlie Villanueva last season. I mean, when you were playing against him, did you really get aggravated, like hearing this type of stuff he was saying and the way he acts out on the court?
Well, not really. He kind of goes at people like me. You know, he's a wolf. He's a shark. You know, when he smells blood, he attacks. You know, so that's the kind of focus and determination you got to have, and that's definitely something you want on your side as a teammate. You know, and something you don't want to run against every night.
Ricky, one more question for me. You know, seeing as you've been around the game for a while and you're a seasoned veteran, you look at some of the players in the NBA today and the way that the game has changed as far as how players are treated, how players are viewed by the officials. And I'm going to put you on the spot here. You look at some of the guys like LeBron James and Dwayne Wade, Derrick Rose, Dwight Howard, the guys at the NBA markets a lot more than others. I mean, as a veteran who earned his way and earned his respect on the court from the officials, how upsetting is it for you sometimes to see that these guys basically get away with anything and everything they want, and it kind of sways the way that some of the outcomes of the games are at the end?
You know, it's tough, man. You know, because at any given time, you know, like I said, sometimes, you know, everyone messes up. You know, I make a turnover, you know, ref makes a bad call. So everybody messes up sometimes, you know, but it's tough when you try to go at those guys and, you know, sometimes to get the calls. I mean, I came in the era with the Michael Jordan era. You know, you can't touch him. So I respect it. I know what it is. They've earned the thing, and, you know, you just got to roll with it. And if you want calls, you got to go out there and get it yourself.
Well, folks, that was Ricky Davis, current member of the Maine Red Claws, former Boston Celtic and NBA veteran. Ricky, thanks so much for joining us for an extended period of time, and we wish you the best of luck as you continue your journey back to the league.
Hey, thanks. Appreciate it, Brandon. Mike, take it easy.
Take it easy, Ricky. Have a good one.
CLNSradio.com, the home of Internet Sports Talk Radio.